Hey, it's Mazzy. Welcome back. This is Whack-A-Mole. I don't even know what the number is. I haven't looked it up yet, but you know because it's posted. But this is kind of an anniversary edition because today is Alan and Gail's anniversary. Who's Alan and Gail? You don't know who. I didn't know who they were either until yesterday or day before, whenever it was. Congratulations to you both on your anniversary. They're up in Canada now. I'm, I'm, this is kind of I've never done anything quite like this. They reached out to me, Gail reached out to me, and Alan apparently watches my videos and yells at the camera when I'm doing my whack-a-moles. When he knows the album, he knows a lot about a lot of this music. But he came from Liverpool at a young age and emigrated to Canada. And he brought a couple of things with him, including this. Not this exact copy, obviously. This is my copy from the Coleman collection, the UK Are You Experienced? And he brought it to Canada before it came out in North America. And, his newfound friends, I think, were probably like excited to hear this thing. What is this? Jesus. Are You Experienced? Great Jimi Hendrix record. One of the great from 1967. Of course, we all know, maybe you don't know. I shouldn't say we all know. That's really presumptuous of me that everyone knows everything. The American and the British, different covers, obviously. And I actually like the American cover. This is very close to an OG. This is not my original. I had a stereo. This is a stereo. Okay. This is the Tugboat. Anyway, I don't mind this cover. I like this cover, but different song configurations. That's a whole other thing. So, anyway, happy anniversary to Alan and Gail. Congratulations. So let's do Whack-A-Mole, 5 random picks. Just thought I'd want to do that, right? I feel like Captain Kangaroo or Miss Nancy on Romper Room. I see Alan and Gail and the Rev, and I see Waxed and Michael and Michael and Michael and Michael and Michael. If you don't get the joke, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. This is not easy. People think it's easy. I'll have Maslow, he knows it's not that easy. Anyway. Okay. Now, I always thought the Lovin Spoonful were ahead of their time. East Coast band, very folk-based band. Obviously, John Sebastian, Zaldianowski, and I used to know all their names by heart. I don't remember. Daydream, what a great intro. Dun 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 dun. What a day for a daydream. Ba, 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 ba. It's very kind of jug band folk music, and one of the great folk rock bands. And I always compare them, not musically at all, but like the Buffalo Springfield had one of these short-lived lives. Although both bands had some hit singles. They had more hit singles. Daydream, Summer in the City is one of the great singles of all time. Now, this copy is one of those golden oldie type Golden Spoonful repackaged. This is a UK. Yeah, this is a UK where it has both albums packaged. I do have original copies on Kama Sutra Records, but this is kind of a nice sort of double twofer. These came out discounted, after the fact. What I'm thinking, maybe in the 70s. This is put out by Polydor Records. So, love the Lovin Spoonful, produced by Eric Jacobson. Produced their records. What a great producer, who later go on to produce all the first 5, 6 Chris Isaak records out of San Francisco. I mean, Some of the City is one of the great singles from my point of view all time, but Younger Girl was a great song as well. I mean, they had a bunch of hits, and then they burned brightly from 1965, 66, 67, and then it was pretty much it. I mean, they did some things to the soundtrack to the Coppola film. Also, they're on Woody Allen Connection. What's Up, Tiger Lily? They're in a clip in that, aren't they? As I recall. And of course, the John Sebastian solo career. So, important artist, amazing artist. The band with the auto harp. Remember on TV, the auto harp? How cool was that? I don't remember anyone else playing an auto harp back in the 60s. Okay. I've showed this many times. This was my #1 album 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever it came out. Was it 2019? This is my #1 album pick of 2019. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds Ghosteen, a very ethereal, more in one of his ambient records, not one of his loud, intense rock and roll records. You know, the hand of Jesus, the hand, my right red hand, and all that. But I love this record. It's just it's a really a gorgeous record. Again, those who were into the rock and sound thought this was kind of too boring and moody, but I think that's the beauty of the record. There's Warren Ellis and Nick Cave, one of the first shows I saw after our lockdown here in Seattle several months ago. Loved it. Okay, here we go. And this is a shout out to Michael 45 RPM, because from Dusseldorf, Germany, we have Kraftwerk. I did a video with Michael 45 where we did the Beatles versus Kraftwerk. You decide. This is the mix comp. It's a 2-record set that has different mixed versions of their different records, electronic. I mean, I've said before, I'm deflecting now because there's not much I can say about this mix video. I don't know the history in terms of when it was originally mixed and put out after the fact. I don't know that. So I'm admitting that to you and Michael and Michael and Michael and Michael and Michael. But I do know that one of the early first promos I got was a copy of the American edition on Vertigo of Autobahn. And that was the only Kraftwerk album I had for about 18 years. Until the 80s, when I got late 80s, more of their electronic and disco-y, shouldn't say disco, but, you know, Euro electronic pop-ish music. Love the stuff. Anyway, Kraftwerk. A band originally from Arizona called the Beans came to San Francisco, changed their name to the Tubes. Now, I love their debut album, I believe, produced by Todd Rundgren. I think that's a perfect art rock record. I used to see the Tubes of Fee Waybill and Bill Spooner and Michael Steen, what's his name? And Vince Welnick, maybe it's Mike Steen? I don't know, Steen, whatever his name is. Prairie Prince on drums, Michael Cotton keyboard, electronic keyboard. But Vince Welnick, it's a sad story. Later in the years, he was the last keyboard player for the Grateful Dead, and he only joined, I think, with 2, maybe 3 years tops before Jerry Garcia died. And after that, it all fell apart, and he ended up committing suicide, which is sad. But their first album is fantastic. Art rock. They were in the Bay Area when I managed my records factory store. There was a whole softball team with record labels and stuff, and Fee Waybill would be playing softball with us all the time. But really great performances live. And this is their, I'm thinking their 3rd or 4th record. Young and Rich was their 2nd. But this is a fun record. This is a promo copy I got. Promo copy not for sale, in-store play only. Is it a white label? I don't remember. Yes, it is a white label, A&M record. I think, I know they got more popular when they went to Capitol Records and they had the hit on MTV and all that, but I prefer the A&M records. It's kind of a cool, very popish cover. I think Michael Cotton and Prairie Prince were heavily into the art direction of the band and the vision of the band. So the Tubes, San Francisco based at this point. Here we go. Are we talking Manchester now? If I get this wrong, someone's going to say, no, that's the wrong British city. Not Birmingham, but it must be Manchester, Stone Roses. I mean, this is a fabulous Britpop record Originally 1989, I'm thinking. I got this on CD when it came out. I got the vinyl version of this about 5 years ago or so, and it's a great record. I Want to Be Adored, She Bangs the Drums. This is a reissue on Silvertone Records, Modern Classic Recordings, licensed from Sony Music. I don't know what else to say about this. I don't really know about the group itself for me to talk about, but I'd say if you like this period of time, late 80s, early 90s, the post-Smiths time and into the Britpop time. I mean, one of my bands that I really liked, I guess that's more into the late 90s, is Travis, a British band, very pop and very accessible. But I think this is good, a little psychedelic in there, but a fantastic record, the Stone Roses. And is that 5 already? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. Where's the day go? That's 5. Well, anyway, Alan and Gail, happy anniversary. Jimi Hendrix Experience. One of 3 major artists. There are others that I never saw live and I regret. Never saw Jimi Hendrix, never saw the Doors, and of course I never saw the Beatles. There's a handful of others, but from my generation bands, I think I've seen almost all of them in the day. So it's great. So anyway, thank you for watching. Whack-A-Mole number, whatever it is, anniversary edition. And we'll see you later. Mazzy loves you. Shout it out.